What's up, YouTube? This is TheBillyBobHD bringing you another Let's Play today. I've got some more Victoria 2 Heart of Darkness. We are playing as Ukraine. Last episode, we shored up our Egyptian holdings here in North Africa, and the Ottomans actually tried to get a piece of Egypt as well, moving into Upper Egypt, or what's considered Upper Egypt here in this territory. The Austrians also just finished up a war, or currently in a war with Germany. And so Germany is being currently, well, they're being overrun. You can see they're at war with Russia, France, Austria. Let's take a quick look and remind ourselves what the war is about. That's right. The Second Franco-Prussian War here. So a lot of demands from the Germans and the British. However, the French and Russians are fighting back quite heavily here. They also have 369 military power compared to 300 there. Acquisition of Spanish Algeria here, so you have Spain making moves. And then what happened was, after the Second Franco-Prussian War broke out, the Austrian-North German Brothers' War actually happened. And so what Austria is demanding is admit hegemony from the North Germans. And it looks like that war is currently pretty even, but the Austrians are busy in that current war. So does that leave us an opportunity to move into Galicia? Haiti has gone bankrupt. I've got a casus belli against them. No prob. My infamy is now down below 1 as well. So you can see that at the 0.9 mark there. Our military is bolstered up. Yes, that is maxed out for the current time being. And we're losing money. What are we losing so much freaking money from? Are we building any factories? Nope. Factories are up and running. Our industrial score did go up to 7 there, so that's good. Oh, a general died. He will be replaced pretty easily. And I was actually working on getting a lot of my my industrial tech up and going. If I go back to commerce here, investment banks would help us out a bunch with that money problem. But now that machine guns are available, I should probably grab them. And then we'll go back and swing around to the analytic philosophy, which will help my research points out even further. So once the machine guns get going there, we can eventually start to colonize. Send expeditions out into the interior of Africa there. So we've got sort of our starting point, and we'll be able to gain 3.1 prestige. Yes. We'll take the prestige there. USA, I don't know if the Civil War has broken out yet. It's 1870, so historically it's already happened. Yeah, now you can see, okay. So, the Germans did get out of the war with the Russians, but they are still at war there with the Austrians, and the Austrians are overrunning Bavaria and much of Central North German Federation there. So let's go ahead and unpause it yet again. Can build a new unit in Europe. We'll just get a couple of these standard infantry units going because I started a new stack. Where are you? Lose 1 militancy. I'll always be happy to see that. Got quite a big stack here at 60. Damn. Let's go ahead and lower the military cost spending, or the supply, a little bit further there, just to turn me back into the positive. There we go. Tax efficiency plus 1%. That's always good to see. And look at all of these railroads. Gain 5 liberal in the upper house. 30% more gain 1 consciousness. That's what I'm going to go. That's what I'm going to do. Well, let's invest in all of these railroads here. I hold the shift key and get those going. Because we just finished... Oh, tax efficiency went up again. So that's good. The Austrians now asking for military access through my territory, which I'm not gonna do. Oh, let's go back to diplomacy here. The Austrians are winning, and that is just because the Germans were destroyed by the Russians earlier. So I still have the alliance with the Russians, which is good. I think we're still in their sphere as well. I'm currently ranked number 13 in the world, so I've got a nice buffer into the secondary powers. Yeah, I am still protected by the Russians there. So Japan is in the is now considered a great power too. Very good. All right, so new stacks should be available. Okay, it looks like they're all forming up here in Kiev, so that's good. So they're all collecting together there. Now, are the Germans fighting back? It looks to me... Yeah, see, the Austrians still showing as 133 military power. I've only got 105, and yeah, the Germans have been hurt significantly there at only 25. So does that mean the Germans... Yep, they're still considered a great power, number 4 in the world. Spain is in there. It's quite high for Spain at the moment. For some reason, the Russians are ranked below them. I wonder if when their military power sort of regenerates, if that'll push them back up above Spain. I would imagine so. But they are allied with France. Naturally, a new factory can only be a good thing. Yes. Yeah, let's do that. So does that mean I get a factory down in Africa? Not necessarily. Okay, well, let's continue modernizing the railroad system here. Invest in all of these projects as much as I can. Oh, the liquor distillery slid in there. Yeah, let's produce liquor. It's always a good thing to have. Excellent. So, new factory there in Kiev, which is good because my factories are almost filled up as far as the small arms factory goes here and the cement fertilizer factory. We can probably expand this factory here at some point. Let's go ahead and do that too. Industrial power now up to a score of 11 there. Military-wise, oh, I can build another unit in Africa, so we'll do that. I'll just get a simple infantry unit going. So my first Egyptian regiment. Egypt, currently at war with the Ottomans again. Conquest. I can try to annex the rest of them, but let's see what is going on with this war here. Where are you? Dongola concession. Oh, nice. Colonial negotiations have finished. So that does mean I have some colonial power that we can use. So I'm going to leave this on pause while we look at our options. Yes, I can send an expedition here into the Libyan desert, which will sort of block off the Ottomans from moving south here in their holdings on the Mediterranean. So let's go ahead and invest colonial power there to start off with. And then I need to make sure, I know we did this earlier in the campaign, but I need to make sure my naval bases are pretty stout. I cannot expand you yet. Oh, I need some additional naval doctrine. So after the machine guns finish up, that is definitely going to be my next choice. Yeah, that's the easiest way to get new colonial power. But I can also build, if I go to Navy here, yeah, I only have... I'll build 3 man of wars, even though those are outdated. It should give me some additional colonial power to use. Diplomatic tension has caused an international crisis. International crisis. I can't see those because I'm a secondary power. No, I'm not going to be giving you guys access to any of that. So if I go back over here to my naval tech, yes, max naval base level +1. So the battleship column doctrine there will be the next one. And then we'll have to swing around and get the analytic philosophy going. When I need my commerce techs up, and then we are behind in some of the planning and such, like my army's organization. Alright, so this war is still going on now with Austria and Germany, and it does look to me like the Germans are fighting back a little bit. So they're trying to stave them off. Right now, the Austrians only allied with Baden. That's Württemberg. Baden, it would be over here. God, it's so tempting to declare war on them. If I know we had some... acquire my corps back, East Galicia, yes. And both Serbia and Sweden and the Russians would most likely join me. But do I really need you guys? Do I really, really need you guys in doing so? I'm waiting for the tide of this war to turn right now. Oh wait, the war's over? The war is over. So now I would need my allies. And I don't know... Yeah, it looks like they white pieced out. I don't think the Germans gave up. So, good for them. I've got some stacks here ready to jump across the border when I need to. And if I go back here to military, get another Ukrainian infantry unit there. We can mix in some artillery and cavalry into that too. That means my new little guys here are ready to go. So we'll combine you. Now I have 18 stack in Africa there. Combat width just went down. Now I have the machine guns up and ready to go. And battleship column doctrine there. That's my next one. How is the expedition going? Pretty good. Building new factories. Things going well so far. A couple more railroads to invest in here. We'll do this. There we are. Yeah. Okay. That also helps out your industrial score too, because it lets you ship goods across your country a lot faster and easier. Oh, nice. New man of war is finished. Send you over here to Odessa. So I'll collect my navy here. You go to Odessa as well. So that's just going to give me a little boost. Yeah, giving me small little boosts to the colonial power there. Still making good money now. Wow, plus 180. Boom. Another thing we need to save up money for is a war. Oh, excellent. I think we can now turn this into a protectorate. Yep, boom. Yes, we just expanded. 91% farmers in the middle of the desert. Go figure. So what territory should be next? Thinking here in Chad. And then we can sort of close off Egypt next to that. Yeah, so we'll go to Chad next. Can I do this one at the same time? No. Running a tad short on a colonial power there. Spain also moving into Africa accordingly. South Africa looks like it normally does with French Madagascar, Portuguese, what would we call this over here? Mozambique, Transvaal, Orange. Both in the British sphere and then British South Africa as it normally looks. We can create a colony in the Libyan desert. So what does this do? Well, we're going to hold off for the time being because that does mean that I have to spend an extra 16 colonial points to make that colony. So we'll hold off on that for the time being. Factory cost minus 3%. That always helps. The Ottomans now wanting access from me, which I will deny. They don't really like me a whole bunch. Excellent initiative. Lose 2 consciousness. Yeah, we'll piss off the rich people for now. Austrians still do like me, though. Sitting at 109 military power. Oh, they're allied with Spain at this point, so I would be interested in bringing the Russians into a war up against them. Almost there for the Protectorate down south. Battleship Column Doctrine is almost finished, so we're getting ready to invest some significant money into our extra naval bases down here in the Black Sea. Okay, awesome. Culture, let's get the analytic philosophy, then I'll swing back around to the next tech group there. So I'm going to expand you. Sevastopol is already a level 2. Melitopol, you will get one as well. Is that all I can do? I think I just have the 3 naval bases here. That's what it's looking like. I can only have 1 per region, so yeah. That's sort of what I'm stuck with. And the naval bases have to be attached to your home territory, let's call it, in order for it to help out with your colonial power. I've tried building it like over here, for example, in the past. That doesn't really help out too much. Get some more infantry going. Russian Empire, they still hold Africa. We do have a Colombia that exists now under the British rule. Sweet. There is a crisis underway. Let's see. Poland. Poland is trying to take its territory back from the Russians, so I would, if I were a great power, I would side with the Russians on that for sure. Spanish Neged. Where would that be? Oh, and you've got the Germans now that are moving into Africa as well. And we're going to have to wait for those naval bases to come up. And they are slowly coming up. See our project list here. Arrest him. They call him Red John. They say he came over in a boat loaded with bricks and mortar, a soul loaded with whiskey and gunpowder. In the past few months, this cosmopolitan agitator has been stirring up trouble in one of our provinces, soapboxing for higher wages, holding meetings in factories, and talking about the need for workers to unionize. This man is clearly trouble, and local police have received news that he's holding a meeting at the local tavern tonight. Yeah. We'll leave him be, at least for the time being. Where did all of my capitalists go? I'd have over 3,000 of them, so they should be helping out with some of this investment. Maybe they are not interested in helping with railroads. Usually they are, though. Not sure why they don't invest. So we'll continue investing into our projects here. Gain 1 level of railroad. Sweet. Local railway shares. A newly formed railway company is one of our states has issued shares in the company to help finance the burgeoning firm. We are now seeing buyers and investors in the state. Sweet. So I will take a little addition there to our railroad system if it's automatically bumping shit up to the next level. Maybe it was just in Kiev. We've been teeter-tottering as well on, I guess, number 12 in the world and number 13 in the world. Serbia did get, last episode, they did get their little chunk of Austria there. Man, I have almost the same exact military power. Schleswig was released as an independent nation. Oh, under Russian control. So that was something that Germany had to give up from that war earlier. Right now, not too many wars going on, just 2 there. Create my protectorate like that. So I love to see my borders increase. Oh man, Egypt being completely swallowed up now, it seems. And the Ottomans trying to colonize this area. What about over here in Niger? The Germans are already there, so what if I move to the south here in Wodai? Yes, I can get them. So we'll start that project down here in the south. But sneaky by the Ottomans here, the fact that they're allied with the British now does not help me at all. Oh, an alliance offer from Persia. That's interesting. They are allied with the Russians, so that makes a lot of sense. I will accept. Very good. Yes, so now I'm allied with Persia, Serbia, Sweden, and the Russians. Make sure my relations are all looking good here. Yes. Persia, plus 190 there. Plus 200 for Russia. Very good. My weakest score is actually my prestige score there. Secondary power, I'm getting a small amount of points for that. Temperance League. Cultural development and good performance with my country. Well, no shit. So now the paper mill's coming up. Like to see that industry. And who's invading over here? Oh yes, that is Spain. So Egypt, you know, if I take Cairo, they are currently at war with the Spanish, just because they're coming into to aid Neged there. Justify conquest. 22 infamy, jeez. That would give me Cairo, which is a 266,000 people. That would put me up to almost 4.5 million people. And you do see the Spanish now trying to occupy Alexandria there as well. Should we try to get in a baller-ass fight with Austria, take Galicia back? I think so. Declare war, acquire core, East Galicia. And all of my allies are very likely to join me. This would involve Spain now. And I will need the Russians' help in terms of invading, but this little pink territory would become mine, this little chunk here. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Again, this has been TheBillyBobHD. Please remember to like, subscribe, and/or comment if you've enjoyed my content. And we'll catch you next time.